Hey everybody, I wanted to make sure you knew about this really awesome website where you can test out some Python code that we're learning in class. So if you go to trinket.io, this is what the website looks like, and you will just create an account. So for example, let me just sign out real quick. This is what it will look like, and then you would click on sign up over here. And then all you have to do is click sign in with Google. I mean, you could fill in all this if you don't want to sign in with Google, but it's much easier if you just click sign in with Google. So the home screen, if you click home over here, it will bring you to your home screen. That's important for later. And then here's the box right here. It says new Trinket. You're going to actually choose Python. Sometimes we do a little Python 3 in class. It's really not that different. There's just a few syntax elements that are slightly different, but mostly what we're doing in the ebook is just regular Python. If you ever were to become a Python coder in the industry, it is mostly Python 3, but literally the differences are so easy to pick up. It's not difficult at all. Okay, and then we are used to typing from turtle import. And then just to save time, I'm just going to copy and paste the code from another document that I have. So basically I've named my turtle turtle1. I've just given it a name. You know by now that you could name your turtle anything. You can name the turtle Tim, you can name the turtle Rosie, you can name the turtle Bob, whatever you want the turtle to be named. Um, Remember that anytime you have the turtle function, you have to have a capital T over here. And of course, your parentheses, that stands for your turtle function. And then right here, if I have this code and I run this code, obviously the turtle will draw a square. But we're going to go over a loop code today. And what a loop code looks like is we are going to go right above our code here, and we're going to type a loop code, which is for I in range, and then a number here. Now, a lot of people ask me, well, what is this I for? You don't have to have an I. You can have another letter, which I'll show you in a minute. So we're going to keep it, it's just popular to have I. And then the range, so you have the number 12 here. Well, that's how many times your code is going to loop. It's how many times your code is going to repeat. But if you notice here, after I put my cursor after the colons here, if I hit enter, Python knows to automatically indent. But if you notice, we don't have any indentations down here. So we have to back our code up and fix that. All of this has to be indented or else we'll have an error message. Whoops. Okay, so let's test out this loop code. When we click run, as you can see, it is going to repeat this code 12 times. It's going to go over and over and over and over and over again. But that looks pretty boring because it's just going to make the same shape over and over again. So what we want to do is we want to change the angle, and I'll show you how to do that. So down here in the last part, we are going to add turtle1.left 120. That's 120 degrees. Now you don't need a space here. I just like to put a space here just to separate my code so I can see it better. But as you know, the computer will ignore any space that you leave. So let's run this. As you can see, it's going to make a cool design. And the reason is because it is looping 12 times. It's going around, and I'm just going to stop it here. Okay, so like I said before, let's change this I to N and test out our code again. And obviously it's going to run just fine with no errors. So instead of N, let's call this SpongeBob. For SpongeBob in range 12. We're going to run this, and it runs perfectly fine. So just because this says for I in range, which is basically very popular for loops, doesn't mean that it has to be an I. Also, you can try some fun things with loops. So you could increase the speed. You could say turtle 1 dot speed, and then let's make it 100. All right, and let's run this. Okay, so we don't have to wait forever to see the loop 12 times. We can just increase the speed. We can also change the color of our pen. So we can have turtle 1 dot pen color. And we can make that, don't forget, colors are strings. So we have to put our colors in quotation marks. And then we have red ink on our loop. Another thing you can do, I'm just going to hit enter, and I'm going to paste my code so I don't have to type the whole thing in the video. But you could add another turtle, and you can name this turtle Turtle 1 again if you want. The code will still run, but I have just named it Turtle 2 just on the screen so that you can identify that there are two separate turtles. So I'm going to click run, and then I have the first loop, and then here is the second loop going. And we forgot to put the speed on the second loop. That's why it's going so slowly. So we can go ahead and I'll copy this speed code right here, and then I'll put it right under here, and then we can see the whole thing go very quickly. Oh, what happened? Oh, I know what I did. Can you see? So I have turtle 2 over here, but the speed, I forgot to change this to a number 2. All right, here we go. And there we go. And it makes a nice design. And you can totally explore with this program and do fun different art designs and just explore the code. Like I said before, if I went ahead and changed all of these to number 1, it would still run perfectly because don't forget your code is in sequence. So it just goes in order. And I'll run this. And there we go. You have the same result. When you're done testing out your programs, since you have an account, you can go up here to Untitled and you can give your programs a name. I'll just call this Fun Art Code with a loop, and I'll click the Save button. And then to go back to your programs that you've already created, you would go up here to your name, you would click the down arrow, and then you would click on My Trinkets, and then a list of your programs will appear. Just a few projects that I did in the past. I'll click on this one. So here's the code on the left. Okay, and then I'll click Run. And that was a little different because the range is 21. So I have it repeating 21 times over here, and I have it repeating 21 times down here. So this is the same code. Here's another one that I created. And as you can see, I have designated a screen color this time. So the screen color, screen.bg, stands for background color, is black. Then I have the size of my artwork. For example, so right now the size is 1. But if I were to change this size to 200 and ran that, like notice this pink circle right here, or this pink shape. So if I ran this with a size of 200, notice how different the pink shape becomes. We're going to move that back to 1. Then I have my loop again. I have another size, which is increasing by 0.5. I'll show you the difference. If we go 0.05, it's even tinier. You can't really even tell. So we'll leave it at 0.5. Then I have the pen size as 1 over here with the light blue and all the others. But then if you notice down here, the last circle, my pen size changes to 3. So that's turtle5.pen size 3, and it comes out to be a thicker pen size. And then down here, this code right here just hides the little triangle that is basically the turtle, what they call the turtle. It's the drawing tool. And when I type turtle1.hideTurtle, that function, it will take the arrows away and make a cleaner picture in the end. In today's announcement, I'm going to share a few codes with you in case you want to copy them and remix them. All right, enjoy and happy coding.